This is the Cherenkov counter, or Cherenkov, or neutron detector, I called it. You just see a Cherenkov detector, and no, it's detecting very much. And I'll leave it on for a while, just indicate it. But I've just had a call from my wife. She's stranded in Budapest with no money, and she may have a little bit of food. I don't think she's got any food either. She's actually hungry, and she's got no home in Hungary. She is Hungarian, but she never lives in London with me or something like that. Usually with me, and she just rang me to say she was trying to get a lift from a driver, and it's truly dreadful. And I won't be able to send her any money till Tuesday. So she'll really be hard pushed to do without food until Tuesday. I'm sure she won't. She'll find a way of getting food. I'm sure she won't steal it. But stealing food is a bit different from stealing for money. It's different. I think the law is different. It's in the Bible, you know. People who steal food are treated differently. But she could still be put in prison for it, or a hospital. But it's a bad situation. So if anybody sees her, you might be able to help her. She might find a photograph of her. I've lost it. But I do have photographs of her, but I think they're available at the moment. So it's pretty bad. I'm not quite sure what to do. And as I say, I've got no money. My access to money is restricted, partly because of debt. And I think they don't want me to. Somebody doesn't want me to feed a foreign national. My wife is a foreign national. Well, she's been living in England and she's married to me. She's almost British, but she hasn't managed to get a British passport. I think if she had the sense to go to the British embassy, she may be able to apply for one, which would be sensible. But she isn't. It's not open today, of course it's Sunday. It's not open until Tuesday because we take the same bank holidays as they do in London. And it's a pretty bad situation to be in. So there's no events on this screen, I can't see any, but I'll leave it running for a while. It's, yeah, I found that the problem with the oscilloscope was with the actual plugging, the plug that you plug in the actual plug was slightly noisy, so use better quality connector, better quality lead. It costs money, only a lead. Treasury buy some are better than others, some are gold plated. So it's a disaster. It really is. What's happened? It was mostly my fault, but it was partly the fault of this psychiatrist who decided I shouldn't support her. But I think somebody took out a court order. I think it was probably Kim Brown took out a court order to prevent me from supporting her on the grounds. Well, I don't know what the grounds were, but somebody's jealous, basically. But it's sad. And I suffer, and she suffers because I've got plenty of food, I've got shelter, but she's got no food, no shelter. And she did have a house in southern Hungary, but it was taken from her by a gangster who conned her out of her money. And it's a bad situation. Apparently, because she signed forms, they won't give it back to her. There's not much she can do about it, and she hasn't got any savvy anyway. So I think she's got a problem. I think that somebody thinks she's had a head injury, and she has a problem. And it's pretty dreadful disaster. I want to abandon her, but hopefully she'll get. I mean, when a woman's on the street, she gets. Not always, but somebody. It's illegal to be on the street in Hungary, and she'll be picked up by the police once they find her. I've sent a fax to the police telling them the last place I got information where she was, and they may well find her. But I don't know where she is now, but she was near the Newgate railway station. But apparently she's gone to a place where lorries park, and she tried to find someone to take her. Whether she doesn't know, I don't know. I don't know how she goes about it, but she did get an offer from what she called a gypsy guy, but it's because she doesn't trust him, which is pretty obvious what the reason was. But you know, the very job was I've got regulations to obey, and that's the one to take people. But they do sometimes for company and so on. But she needs to be fed as well, so the men are willing to do that. And well, they don't drive all night because they have a limitation, literally 2 drivers. But they have a cabin there's a cabin in the cab has a bunk in it, so she can sleep there or sleep in the shower. But that's not a problem. But you know. But anyway, she eats food and water as well as a lift. And within 6 days, I shall have enough money to give us the fare. But I can't get to the loans. I just can't do it. There are payday loans and loans available, but the 3,000% is a bit too much to pay. Even if it's over for a few days, it still costs a lot of money, and you have to pay it back. That's difficult. That's interesting thing. So that the monastery's got that bottom trace, the connections found. I just plug in. There's a push in. Plug it in. It's this one. It's the same town. The same town. You can see it's a bad connection. So I have to get a new lead, I suppose, and one of the things. And I don't think that means that's just noise, but it could be particles being detected. But it's all background. We don't know what those particles are. Every now and again, there's a huge incident occurs when it hits it. But not very often. And of course, it's much bigger, but much above the noise level. Even the transducer gives a pulse far above noise level. Right up, up to about there. So it's actually quite a lot. It's only a few millivolts, but it's only a photocell, so you work out the size of the pulse. And because the top one and one are doing different energies, you can probably work out the spectrum of the pulse, the energy of the pulse. So that gives the energy of the reaction. The people who don't work out what the energy of the reaction they generated the particle was probably a neutron, and it would actually it would be detectable because a fusion reaction has a particular energy, and if I knew how to work it out, I knew how to do it. But somebody would be able to work out the energy from the distribution, because one of them was I think I'm not quite sure which round they are. One's visible light, green light, and the other one's infrared. I'm not sure which round they are, but people can work it out. I think the top one is infrared and the bottom one is light, is optical. Because I put the optical light in the second tray, the first one was infrared. Now I didn't realise that because I tried to find out, test it with an ordinary light on it, and of course you couldn't see it because it was infrared. The ordinary lights, these lights, are not even necessarily for the infrared system. An ordinary bulb would have done it, but it was and because it was more energy in infrared than in the green, it means it was very low energy particle. And part of the pulse gives you the energy. I used different plastics, and that was a problem. I just arbitrarily chose a plastic. The second one was polycarbonate, and the first one was acrylic. I'm quite sure which way around it was. But the top one is the first one installed, and this is the second one. And the second one was an afterthought. And I don't know why I changed the plastic. I think the person who sold it was selling me scrap plastic. He was machining up scrap plastic, so it was what he had. And I don't know what different. It's different from refractive index, which makes a difference. And so anyway, that's it. So if anybody sees my wife, she's quite she's old, and not attractive to actually, because she's not past childbearing age, but she's not. The face is alright, but if you look at her, she's actually fallen. The good looks have gone, and she's nearly 40, so she's on the shelf to most people. But some people would take her. I certainly would. I've had it for a long time. We don't reject people just for that reason. But she's unlikely to be picked up as a young person. But she looks young, but she isn't. When you see her body, she obviously isn't young. One of those things. She's aged a lot in the last year. That's what I was saying. Whether anybody's sure or not, I don't know. You never know. But she wants to live to London, and that's what I was saying. And of course, it's company for the driver, and but she will need feeding and silent sleep. So, go to the toilet, all the usual things people do. She's quite clean. Although she's sleeping rough, she cleans up. She makes sure she keeps clean. And she's spent quite a lot of money going to a place where she can clean properly. That's important. But it's a sad world. See if I can find a picture of her. I think I've got one somewhere. Up here. There's one on this disc. We'll find it. You'll see that one. I won't do it. But nobody's interested. Nobody will see it. Nobody's interested. But that's the problem. These pulses aren't very interesting, really. There's a downward spiral, an upward spiral. It's AC coupled. These things are AC coupled, so I don't think that means anything. And it took a long time to get this trace. It took a long time. Right. And this scope program, the way that it works, when you shut it down, it saves the settings. We have to put it in a directory which is not in the program class. You have to put it somewhere else. You have to put it in a user directory so that it can be saved. It's a read-write directory. It can be saved. And so you just have the default. And so it saves it. So if you change it, it saves it. You can actually load data. Another thing you can do, which is interesting, is I think it's print review you can do, and you can actually get a trace like that. Test report. There it is. Test report. Quite interesting. I have to use that in future when I send signals. That's much nicer than capturing the screen, and that's quite nice. You can send that, and you can send that as data. You see, that's quite easy to send it as data, so you can actually save data. Save data it is. Save data. Channel 1. Only save channel 1. Or serious. You can save it. Save it as a document library. Let's record it. What's it called? Care. Detector. Okay, that's that. So that's interesting. I didn't know I did that. I couldn't understand it. And if you can actually turn around things as well, you can have view, switch on that, you can have control window, and down here, we'll see where is it? Output window, measure window. You can even measure things. Measure window, where it is. You can have which tweet, maximum. So it's not very interesting. You've got the, so it's only about 8 millivolts, minus 8 millivolts. And the peak speed is some of those. The frequency you can have, we can see it's actually, it's a few kilohertz, so nothing special. Nothing special. Then you have rise time, which is rise time. So it's a few microseconds, fall time. Full time versus full time. again if you were slightly longer. And the false width for now, false width, where is it? False width is a few hundred microseconds. You've got the duty cycle, so that's what that means. So there's this, you got that, so it's much the same. And you can go to channel 2, channel 2 and do the same thing. You have the frequency. And that's one, so it's actually the same. Good. It's quite a good scope actually. The other one I got, which is cheaper, did a structural analysis as well, but that was I've still got it. I think it's over there, but it's much cheaper, and it did work. I could put it on as well, but do it instead. Seems to have taken a spike from the mains, so that's interesting. So if you go reset. Still going to get it going here. What's happened? There was the motor that controls the where it latched up. That's the motor that operates the fan, keeps the room ventilation on cool. I have that there because it cools the room down by pumping the air up the chimney. That's a cooler. It's forced convection actually, but it's the actual action of running the fan cools the air down by putting it through. It's actually acting as a heat pump, and that's interesting. So that's now good. I know what's happened. The agitator, you take this out, take the plug out. Now you put it again. Yeah, sure, it's clear. Is it going to clear? Yes, it's clear. I don't know where it latches up. The pulse must get into the circuit and it stops it. And you can actually measure things like that. But this present but it really needs a trigger circuit, a separate trigger circuit with some more expensive trigger scopes that would have that. I think the Radio Sphere is still a nice one, but it's around £200. This is only £80, so it makes a difference. It's from China. You can get, they do more expensive ones. Yeah, I've got a eBay. Let's see what they do out of this. And it'd be nice to get four traces and does a spectral analysis. So I think it's more electronics to do that. It takes more electronics. But we'll take that off. Measure window. Measure window off. But it's still there. The output's still there. But, I worried about my wife, and I really can't help her. I told the Red Cross and the police that she needed help, and of course, unless they know exactly where she is, they can't find her. And she hides herself in her sleeping bag. Where she goes, she's quite good at hiding, and she's full with other people who are also hiding. And the police normally know where the rough sleepers go, and I read the regulations. It's illegal in Hungary to be a rough sleeper. So she should be taken off the street. But having told them, I sent them the facts, and I said reply, never do. But you don't expect police to reply. But they said it wasn't a police matter. It wasn't a police matter. Stranded tourists, not a police matter. And there is an emergency tourist helpline, and she had an ambulance she could send out, but she needs to know where she is. And I could try that line again. So I don't know what to say. I mean, if she gets a lift, all in good. But if she's out all day on the street, she won't be very happy. So I think I'll probably ring the tourist emergency line, because he's a tourist. No one lives in London, which is homeless over there, so it's basically he's a tourist. And the tourist helpline will know what they'll do, but it'll be the first stage to getting her back to London, getting under shelter. So when I've got the money, I can pay the fee to get her back to London. EasyJet is the cheapest. Of course, there's a volcano going off now, so it makes it worse back to go on, so it might not be possible to get her back. all flights to be cancelled. One time we did come back during the volcanic eruption, and we had to pass through the cloud of sulfur dioxide, and in fact it ruined the engine. Well, when I came back the other day, a few days ago, as I went into Gatwick Airport, as before it went down, as it descended, I could smell the sulfur dioxide again. So the volcano is already going off, and it's been going off for some time. And you can smell the sulfur dioxide, you can detect it. It goes through it for long. Sulfur dioxide paralyzes the nerves, but you can smell it for a while. So it was there. And so it's still been a volcano for some time. So it's dust that wrecks the engine, and hopefully I'll see her again. But you never know what happens. I'm now going to shut this off and set up